At Aurora University, we have a long history of living our mission as an inclusive community dedicated to the transformative power of learning. I love that our mission begins by stating that we're inclusive. This value defines who we are and helps shape every decision we make and how we make those decisions. Our success lies in collaboration and wholehearted commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. By embracing and encouraging diversity in all its forms, we create a campus where unique perspectives and experiences are valued. This environment enables access to novel information and innovative ideas and paves the way for more effective problem solving. In other words, when we bring different perspectives to campus, we learn from one another. And that can happen during a classroom discussion, a student club event, a speaker presentation, or on the playing field. This is why I am dedicated to increasing access to higher education and to preparing students to be leaders who live meaningful lives, are interculturally competent, and civically engaged. As the new president of AU and first Latina president in AU history, I am asking faculty and staff to focus on creative, distinctive opportunities for students, always considering their diverse backgrounds, unique needs, and challenges, and connecting them in a timely fashion to resources that will help them succeed. This means that we need to create opportunities for dialogue centered around the experiences of individuals that may be different from our own. When we are willing to learn about others, it shows we care. When we have empathy, it helps us connect with others more easily and we understand one another better. At AU, demonstrating the values of diversity, equity, and inclusion involves providing access to programs and offices that embrace differences and set all students up for success. We offer students support through the Disability Resource Office, the Pathway Autism Initiative, the Office of Black Student Initiatives, the Office of Latino and Latina Student Initiatives, the Bias Incident Response Team, and the Safe Zone Training Program, and through our Chief Diversity Officer and committees focused on DEI efforts. We also support DEI through our athletics programming. We invite and recruit prospective student athletes with different backgrounds from all over the country, even the world, to become AU Spartans. Our coaches not only focus on winning, but they emphasize service and programming to help improve our communities. Aurora University students, faculty, staff, and coaches thrive on being part of a relationship-intensive institution where we embrace and celebrate diversity by openly sharing our opinions, perspectives, and ideas with each other on campus and through our interactions with those in the community. This is how we empower all students to achieve lasting personal and professional success. Go Spartans!
Everything's clean, everything's modern, you know how to get around, you know where these buildings are. I went in blind, I didn't have a visit or anything like that, so when I came here I was like, this is the spot for me, it just felt like home.
I thought it was really beautiful out here. Yeah, there's a lot more green than back home.
Florida is just hot 24/7, so moving to a place that has seasons was kind of fun for me.
AU does a really great job, especially coming here your first weekend as a freshman. You get to meet so many people.
Living on campus kind of gave me that opportunity to meet people and be around people all the time.
I think I just liked having all that energy around me.
I think my advice for out-of-state students coming to AU is to get involved from the beginning because it makes the transition a lot easier when you know people.
Get involved in an organization or just go to the on-campus events. Some of those times are really what makes your experience.
Being so close to such a big city, I take the train all the time to Chicago with my friends.
AU is so special and great. We have people that want you to succeed even after college.
I would recommend AU because the faculty and staff are highly supportive of you. They care about your grades, they care about your well-being, and they also care about your team and how they're doing as well.
Because of the location, it was convenient for my family to come watch, and there's a lot of things going on near the city, and there was just a lot of opportunity here, so I think that really attracted me to come here.
Everybody wants to succeed, whether it's students or teammates or the faculty, they just all want you to succeed, and that just makes a really nice environment to make you strive to be your best.
It's a smaller campus, so everybody kind of knows everyone, and I'm able to talk to coaches and teachers. They always ask how I'm doing, even if I'm not on their team or in their class.
It's a state-of-the-art facility when it comes to a Division III. I mean, we can't really ask for much more. AU to me feels like home because of the people. They just welcome me, and I just feel very encouraged in my classes, and I think they all just make me better in every aspect.
I decided to come here because of the academics that they provide and their storied athletic program as well. They have a lot of conference championships here. I have two passions, doing soccer and being a part of the music program. And I think that's a big reason why I chose D3 is all the opportunities it provides.
Being a Spartan is so much more than just the mascot that's on the field. It's really deep down as a team, those qualities that you cultivate together.
I am a tax attorney for Kirkland & Ellis in downtown Chicago.
Got hired with Markham Police Department, went to the police academy right after I started on patrol.
I work for Molson Coors Beverage Company as a data analyst.
I'm a telemetry technician.
AU set me up really for success in the criminal justice field by having the faculty there to kind of guide us through what we wanted to do and kind of help us down the paths that we were leaning, whether it be municipal, state police, or if we wanted to go federal.
My AU professors really helped me in my political science classes, and they were also the ones that spent time with me preparing for the LSAT and preparing for law school applications. So it wasn't only just the classes that I was taking at AU to get my undergraduate degree, they were helping prepare me for the law school process and my educational career beyond AU.
I had great sources at Career Services that really helped me to craft my resume, and the professors were also really helpful to giving me those opportunities and to connect me with individuals in the workforce to actually get my first internship. I think my internship definitely helped me to get a job because it really helped to build up my resume and to show that I had been in the workforce studying and working at the same time.
AU has set me up for success by teaching me communication and teaching me how to use the community around me.
Find community, and that community can come in a lot of different ways, whether it's community through extracurriculars or even community with your professors. Your professors are human beings too. They want you to stop in during office hours. Build that community because it's going to make your experience while in undergrad that much more meaningful.
So the reason I love the criminal justice field and being in law enforcement is we get to be there for the community on their worst days, interact with the public and kind of see them and be more than just what they think we are and kind of help them out.
What I love about my job the most is that I love numbers. I love getting into the nitty-gritty of the numbers that really craft a story and help to show company performance.
For me, what I love most about nursing is that there's so many different avenues of nursing. You can do different specialties. You can be an ER nurse, you can be an ICU nurse. Having that opportunity to try something new and still be within the realm of nursing is super cool to me.
We have a good one in store as the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference schedule gets into its final 2.5 weeks. It's third place in the standings against fifth on this Saturday afternoon. The Raiders of Milwaukee School of Engineering taking on the Spartans of Aurora University. Happy Saturday. Glad you're with us. 5 games to go. My name is Sean Fry. Aurora 9-11, 7-6 in the NAC. They are fifth right now and currently just a game and a half outside of a top 4 seed that would allow them to host first round of the NAC tournament. They're also only a game and a half from being out of the field entirely. It's a very tight NAC field right now. MSOE in a better position. They're currently third at 9-4 in the league, 13-7 overall. But if you recall, NAC opener for both teams went to Aurora in overtime, so the Spartans have a chance to finish the season sweep today and have a tiebreaker should it come to that. These are always important contests, and we will see how it goes. In that first game, Aurora took MSOE to overtime, and that was a game that was tight start to finish. 18 ties, 26 lead changes in that contest back on November 16th. Are we in store for a similar one today on Aurora's senior day? Well, we'll certainly find out, but Aurora's going to be looking for more of the same from Wednesday. They got back into the win column with a rout at IIT, 96-54. That 42-point win was Aurora's largest of the season. Also the 4th time in their last 8 games that they've reached the 90-point mark or higher. They shot a season-best 62%. They held Illinois Tech to 37% from the field. Aurora able to really get things going offensively and slow their opponent down defensively, which hadn't really done over the last 3 or 4 games. So Aurora certainly very happy to get back into the win column, and they take on an And we apologize for some brief audio difficulties a moment ago, but we're back. And as I was saying, MSOE has been red hot since the start of the new year. 7 of 9 in the win column. They've shot north of 50% in that stretch from the field. 43% from 3, and they're averaging 88 per game since the start of 2025. So they're playing some good basketball. Aurora's playing some good basketball. We're expecting a good basketball game here on Senior Day. And we are moments from recognizing the seniors from the AU men's basketball program for 2024-2025. So stay with us. Game 21 of the season for Aurora on the way after our Senior Day celebration. Our first senior, a forward from Lawrence, Kansas, number 2, Noah Butler. Noah is accompanied by his mother, Julia. Noah is an exercise science major with plans to pursue grad school to become a physician assistant. Noah Butler. And forward number 22, Dwayne Jervier Jr. from Oak Forest, Illinois. He's accompanied by his parents, Robin and Dwayne Sr., and brother Daniel. Dwayne is working toward his master's in sport administration with plans to pursue a playing career overseas after graduation. Dwayne Jervier Jr. And that is senior day for 2024-2025. Starting lineups are on the way, but first we'll pause for the playing of the national anthem. Our national anthem. Before we begin, our broadcast tonight is presented by Kaufman GMC in Aurora, celebrating 75 years of service to Aurora and communities across Chicagoland. By Elite Management Properties, offering extensive student housing options around the Aurora University campus. And by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, game days are better with Cane's. Kevin Hurd in year 3 with the Raiders of Milwaukee School of Engineering. Here is his starting lineup, and he has 2 of the top 5 scorers. Make that 2 of the top 10 scorers in the NAC, but he does have number 1. That is the junior Mason Dupirak, who's averaging 21 per game. He's reached 10 or more in all 19 games he's appeared in, and he's gone north of 20 in a dozen. And then Donovan Carter's at 17.5 points per game. He knocks in 54% of his shots, which is a top 5 mark in the league. And oh, by the way, those 2 are both in the top 5 in free throw shooting if it comes down to that. Donovan Carter leads the NAC at 88%. Chase Cummings, CJ Valente, and Carson Cordelli round out the starting lineup for MSOE. And it is Steve Christensen at the helm of the Spartans of Aurora University, also in year 3. And Dwayne Jervier Jr., one of the 2 seniors, had an outstanding night on Wednesday. 19 points on 7 of 10 from the field, plus 9 rebounds for Aurora. But he was not alone in having a nice day against the Scarlet Hawks. Isaiah Davis went for 16 points. Jeffrey Hilmer had 10 plus a season-high 7 rebounds. And Makai Doby had 13 points. They're all in the starting lineup along with Javon McCautry, who had 8 points but dished 5 assists in the win for Aurora. So here are the lineups again. Dupirak, Carter, Cummings, Valente, and Cordelli. The lineup for MSOE, and for Aurora, it's Jervier, Davis, Hilmer, Doby, and McCautry. Aurora moving left to right across your screen here in the first half, wearing their home gray uniforms. Blue numbers outlined in white, white letters outlined in blue, reading Aurora on the front, And MSOE wearing red, they'll move right to left. They have white numbers and letters, MSOE on the front. It's all outlined in black. White and black trim on the uniform as well. It's actually I think, a very old school traditional type of uniform for MSOE. It feels like something that you would have seen in any era of college basketball. Except maybe the 90s. Have you seen 90s uniforms across really any of the four sports? Like, my goodness, they were all over the place. Have you seen the Atlanta Hawks uniform from the 90s? That thing is wild. Having said that, here we are. MSOE has won the tip. And here's Cummings trying to get to the basket right away, up off the glass and good. That was a very quick, very efficient first possession for MSOE. Here's Makai Doby getting it started for Aurora, and MSOE comes out in a zone. We'll see how Aurora handles that. A 1-3-1 to begin the day. Javier gets underneath by himself. The reverse is good. It's 2 apiece. Well, nothing gets a team to abandon a zone quite like making baskets. Aurora gets into their press. They force a turnover. Davis, the steal. He drops it off to Hilmer. And Aurora, a couple quick baskets. They go up 4-2. They set up their trap in the backcourt. It's Cummings looking for assistance. He slides it forward to Dupirac. He'll funnel it down to the rim at the other end. And an easy lay-in for Valente. 4 apiece, a minute in, and it has been at pace. MSOE right into a man-to-man, so we'll never know if the 1-3-1 was intentional or just to try to throw Aurora for a possession. MSOE bringing players up to apply pressure on the perimeter. Shot clock running down. McCautry sliced to the rim and missed, but the other way in transition, Hilmer able to get the steal and the ball back for Aurora. McCautry again, this time to the rack, and he'll draw the foul. Foul's on Cummings. I'm already exhausted. A minute, 39 seconds into the game, and the teams are flying down the floor, up and back. It's been something. McCautry to the line. He has been a good free throw shooter over his career. He's at 76%, and he'll knock in the first one. He is Aurora's leading scorer, nearly 14.5 points per game. He's one of 4 who average north of 10 for Aurora. It's just 2 for MSOE, Dupirac and Carter, and then a handful of others who are around there who are in the lineup tonight. McCautry gets both at 6-4. MSOE handles the pressure, and Carter gets it down underneath for Cordelli, and from right underneath. And with Javier going straight up, Cordelli won the battle and ties it up. 6 apiece. Teams are now 5 of 6 from the floor combined. McCautry's on the ball at the free throw line. He gets to the rim and lays it in. Aurora into its trap again after the make. Carter to Dupirac. He's doubled, just threw it up, and Cummings runs onto it. That'll lead to Valente getting to the rim. He drops it through. 8 all. Just under 2.5 minutes in. Doby now is looking for Hilmer underneath. Took some contact, and Cordelli knocked the ball out of bounds. AU will inbound it under the basket. So far, if you like stops, not your day. We'll see if that improves a little bit as we go. Inbound is for Javier in the lane. He'll send it back out to McCautry in the corner. Looking inside again, and it's not there. MSOE in a man defense. 10 to shoot for Aurora. McCautry's on the wing. Long 2. Left it short. Rebound for Cordelli. Aurora's been in a man defense. When they've been able to get into a half-court defense, they've made so many shots that it hasn't really materialized that way. Mid-range jumper from Cummings doesn't go. The team's exchange misses. McCautry the other way. Quick 3, Davis. Back iron from the corner and no good. Rebound Dupirac. Well, every moment that Dupirac doesn't have a bucket, is a surprising moment. He gets a lot of them. Gets it underneath. Real tough angle, Valente. He has 6. He's halfway to his career high, not even 3.5 minutes in. 10-8 Raiders as they take the lead back. Second lead change. Hilmer's up top. He'll hand it off to Davis at the wing. Javier again trying to get to the block. He was cut off. It's out to Doby for a reset, who's in front of the Raiders bench. Javier for 3 up top. Rattles and goes. For a moment, it didn't want to fall, but it did, and it's 11-10 Aurora. AU getting set up. A lot of contact there on Cummings. Nothing called, and the Raiders get into the front court. As Dupirac has it in his hands. Working on Doby. Hilmer comes out to get him. Driving. That was a wild shot in traffic. He missed the offensive board. Now Dupirac will knock it in. Well, I thought Aurora did exactly what they needed to on Mason Dupirac. They got him to force one up. That was not a good decision the first time. But the failure to get the rebound allowed him to get the shot he wants. But Aurora takes the lead right back at the other end as Davis knocks in a 3. Threes on back-to-back possessions for Aurora. They lead 14-12. 15:21 left in the first. Here's Cordelli on the baseline. Backs Doby into the lane. To his right, back iron, no good. Javier's the rebound, and he's fouled. Second Raiders foul, and I think that's going to be on Cordelli, and it is. That is his first. So we'll get some changes here as Hilmer and Doby go off. Maxwell Marius into the game. Noah Butler is in as well. No changes for the Raiders, who have seen their rotation shrink considerably over the last handful of weeks, only regularly playing about 8. Here is Butler, the handoff to McCautry on the wing. He looks into the post for Butler. No good at the rim, but he got the rebound, found Davis. He missed the corner 3 and got his own rebound. Now McCautry will hoist one from deep. No good. Tip back, no. Javier's there, puts it back. 5 tries for Aurora, and it ends up with 2 points. 16-12 Spartans. Dupirac gets it and is doubled. He finds Cummings down the near side. He gets into space, lost the ball, but it's rescued in the corner by Carter. Dupirac gets it for 3. Off the line, and McCautry saves the rebound. Now Javier, Marius starts it up. He finds Butler on the baseline to the rim, and he missed. I think the late close may have bothered Butler, and the Raiders secure the rebound. 6 minutes in. High intensity 6 minutes at that. Dupirac, after a near steal, missed the mid-range jumper. Rebound tipped. Marius has it. Aurora with numbers if they hurry here. To McCautry now in the far corner. And he'll give it to Marius, who dribbles to the line, slices to the rim. Good. Marius with the layup. Timeout. MSOE. 13:36 remaining in the first half. It's 18-12 Aurora. Lots happening around the NAC today, all getting underway. Concordia, Wisconsin right now in 4th in the NAC standings. They're a game and a half ahead of Aurora. They are at home against Rockford, who is the last team in the field right now at 6-7. They're tied with Marion. Sabres are at home against Illinois Tech, who can scarcely afford any more losses, as they're at 2-11 on the season. Dominican and Lakeland both on the outside looking in, 4-9 and 5-8 respectively. They'll play in Plymouth, Wisconsin today. St. Norbert, game and a half back of Wisconsin Lutheran for the league lead, hosts Edgewood, who is at only 3-11, and they can seldom afford any more losses. And then 8th ranked Wisconsin Lutheran leading the league at home against Benedictine, who's at 500 so far in conference play. Concordia Chicago is idle here today. Raiders handle the press, and they get in to their half-court offense with a few substitutions. Dupirac finds one of them. That's Isaac Witt. And now Joey Gendusa. Carter, ball on the wing. Carter does not have any points. Put up the three, it didn't fall, and Aurora the other way. Some changes for AU as well. One of them sets a screen. McCautry finds Davis for three, no good, and then Butler with the hip check draws the foul. So the lineup for Aurora, Butler, Marius, Davis, and McCautry remain on the floor. Angelo Consorte is in for the Spartans. For MSOE, talked about Gendusa and Witt entering the game. Ethan Johnson is in as well. Dupirac and Carter remain in the game. Those two both average north of a half hour per game. Dupirac 34 minutes per. It's underneath Johnson. He's rejected by Butler, but Aurora couldn't bring the ball back in off of a Raiders player. 18-12 AU, 12:49 remaining here in the first half. It's into Witt. And now Dupirac, jumper and rhythm. Not bad at all. 18-14. Davis on the wing. Finds Consorte up top. The handoff to McCautry there. He's at the free throw line and denied entry. Kicks it outside. Butler in rhythm for three. Got it. And Butler has his first bucket today. Aurora's up 7. Not quite 8 minutes into the first half as Witt, the freshman from Batavia, gives it up to Dupirac on the perimeter. Gendusa now gets it to Dupirac. Another mid-range jumper. And Dupirac has gotten it going. He has 6. Aurora by 5. McCautry in the high post. Walks it out. Now Consorte, the handoff. Davis looking. Butler comes out to get it. McCautry now into the lane. Tries to get to the rim. Lost the ball. It's on the floor and picked up by Johnson. Witt to Dupirac. And the Raiders head the other way. The shot clock went off, and I'll have to reset that, and MSOE will inbound it from out of bounds. So we'll see changes in both directions. Cummings will replace Carter for MSOE, and it looks like McCautry, Butler, Davis, and Consorte all head out. Doby, Hilmer, Jervier back into the game, and James Glazbrooks is in for his first minutes for AU. 11:28 remaining in the first half, 21-16. Dupirac looking for assistance. He forced the pass inside at Karams and finds Makai Doby. Comes down the near side, into the lane, and ran into Ethan Johnson. Turnover sends the Raiders the other way in transition. Underneath Johnson, and Hilmer wasn't able to get over in time. He lays it in to make it a 3-point game. We're 9 minutes into the first half. Here's Jervier on the wing. He hands it off. Marius now with the ball in the corner. Raiders in a man-to-man. Marius tries to get to the block. Spins into the lane. He stumbled and lost the ball. It came to Dupirac, who heads the other way, and he lost the ball. Marius took it away from him. Jervier in transition to the cup. No, but draws the foul. Gendusa gives it. Team foul number 3 on MSOE and his first. And Marius never gave up on the play. Got back on defense, won the ball back. And it puts Jervier at the line. And the senior, like several others on this Aurora team, fairly strong at the line. He was at 77% coming in, but he'll miss the first one here. Dupirac heads off for a rest. Carter replaces him. You will seldom see this MSOE lineup without one of Dupirac or Carter on the floor. Second toss good. It's a 2-possession game here early. 10:37 remaining. First half of play at Thornton Gymnasium. And Carter is doubled just on the other side of the timeline, and a foul call. Gervier tried to tie up the ball. Steve Christensen comes over and expresses his displeasure with the call. I'll be honest, in real time, I thought it was a jump ball. That was not the call. Carter for Witt. Foul off the ball, and it's on Doby. It's his first, and now both teams at 3 team fouls. McCottry will replace Marius at this change. In the Carter, he's on the wing, guarded by Doby. Cummings comes out to get it, drives and kicks. Here's the freshman Witt. Missed the 3 on the air ball, but a foul called. And evidently it's going to be on McCottry, who did not take the charge. His first, team's fourth. Ball in again. Here's Gendusa. A quick give and go, and he has it in the high post. Driving, the runner, no good there, and Gervier pulls in the rebound. We're midway through the first half. It's 22-18 Aurora. Doby driving, draws the foul. Missed the shot. He'll get 2 free throws coming up. There was a moment there where it appeared it might be first to 200. The pace has slowed a little bit. But those first 3-4 minutes of the contest were wild. Cummings picks up his second foul, and looks like he'll head to the bench for Dupirac here. Doby makes the first free throw. Valente and Cordelli are going to return to the game as well, as Witt and Johnson also exit for the Raiders. 23-18 after Doby cammed the first. Just under 70% on the season at the line for the sophomore from Rockford. We'll try to make it 2 for 2 here, and he does just that. Aurora has all 6 free throws in the contest through its first 10 minutes. Both teams now at 4 team fouls. The inbound was into space. McCottry got a finger on it and tipped it to the scorer's table. Ball is into Dopirac, and he will bring it over the timeline as Glazebrook picks him up there. Man defense for Aurora. Carter with the ball to the baseline. That's Cordelli trying to go up on Gervier, and Gervier wins that battle. The block. It'll be 12 to shoot for the Raiders as they send it back in. Well, Gervier has had to be strong down in the post today, but the form has been good. And the only foul he's taken was on that 50-50 jump ball situation that went against him. Into Dopirac, who drives, tries to fall away. My goodness. Well, Jeffrey Hilmer was all over Dopirac, and he made the shot anyway. It's 24-20. You don't score 21 a game without being able to make the tough ones like that. Doby gets his way to the block on Carter and missed. He got under the rim and couldn't use the backboard, tumbled off the iron, and then after the rebound, Cordelli is fouled by Doby. It's Doby's second, team's fifth. He'll head off for Marius, and it looks like Glazebrook goes off for Davis. 9:13 left here in the first half. 24-20, Aurora in front. Dopirac takes the inbound pass and was looking for Cordelli, who managed to track it down. He finds Dopirac trailing, and he knocks in the corner 3. It's a 1-point game. And Dopirac has 11. His season high is 30, his career high is 36, and he's on pace. McCottry spins inside, made the shot, they'll wave it off. Steve Christensen wants to know why that's not an and one. It is a foul on Gendusa, and it is the Raiders' 5th team foul. Gendusa's second. Javier takes the inbound, hands it off to McCautry. A step fake. To the block. This time an and one for McCautry, and he pumps his fist. Determined to get the three-point play, evidently. Davis was standing on the wing, appearing to be open. Davis wanted a three. McCautry will have a chance to get it himself. The old-fashioned way. 26-23 the score. Aurora leading with 8:38 left. McCautry made a couple earlier. He'll try to go 3 for 3. And does not. Witt with the rebound. Brings it into the front court and swings it out to Cordelli. Driving to the charge circle. Outside, Dopirak. Again guarded by Hilmer. This time he'll give it up. Funneled down low to Valente. Outside Cordelli for 3. It was a line drive. Just his 12th three ball of the year attempted. His 4th make ties it up. It's 26 apiece. A dozen minutes into the first half. Davis picks up on the wing for 3. Too strong with the rebound. Raiders have trailed for most of this one. They'll try to take the lead back here. Dopirak to Carter for 3. Rims out. Carter, just his 2nd field goal attempt tonight, surprisingly, was halfway down. But not all the way, and Aurora has it in the half court. Hilmer to Marius in the far corner. He attacks to the rim and draws the foul. That should be on Dopirak, which would be his first. But instead it'll be on Witt, who must have gotten Marius first. 7:25 left here in the first. 26 apiece as Marius tees up the free throws. His first trips to the line tonight. First one too strong. He's a 74% free throw shooter coming in. He'll try to make the correction here, and normally he's able to do so. Put Aurora back in front, however precariously. Empty trip. That one tumbles off the rim as well. Well, MSOE, when they get free throws, likely to make them, so Aurora's going to have to keep pace in that area. A miss at the rim is tipped out. Davis runs onto it. Marius gets a lane to the hole as an easy layup. Well, he was going to get his 2 points after all. MSOE is going to take a 30-second timeout. So our broadcast is presented by Kaufman GMC in Aurora, by Elite Management Properties, and by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. It'll be all full timeouts for MSOE the rest of the way. The AU men's and women's track and field teams are at Illinois Wesleyan today. AU women's basketball is on the road at MSOE. They are into the second quarter, and Aurora leads it with 8.5 minutes left in the first half, 21-18. Women's wrestling's at the NCAA Division III Invitational today and tomorrow. And then tonight, AU women's hockey at MSOE after an overtime game winner last night for Peyton Elliott. Gave Aurora the win at Fox Valley. The AU men's hockey team defeated MSOE in a shootout, and they will host the Raiders at Fox Valley tonight at 7. Raiders out of the timeout, right to the rim. That's Cordelli for 2. And we're tied at 28 apiece. Perhaps a preview of tomorrow's football game, maybe? Those of you who will be watching that tomorrow. Oh, and one, McCautry. Oh, goodness, they wave it off again. Well, if Steve Christensen wants an explanation, I don't blame him. But McCottry's at the line, so did they count it? They must have counted it. Or did that not go in? It looked like it went in. Well, they're going to call the 1-and-1. That's why he's at the line. It's the 8th MSOE team foul. Lost track of the foul count there. We started piling them up a little bit. McCottry makes the first one. Aurora back in front, 29-28, 6:37 left. Hilmer replaces Butler at this change. And now Jovan will miss the second. Carter with the rebound. Foul underneath, and that's Aurora's last foul to give. So Aurora now at 16 fouls. MSOE is at 8. So Aurora in the bonus. Consorte and Glazebrookes return to the game. Javier, McCottry go to the bench. McCottry just picked up his second foul. And we'll see Valente head off, as it looks like Johnson has re-entered. Inbound to Cordelli in the corner, and he just takes down Davis, who's called for a block. Well, normally you see the player lower the shoulder, and it doesn't matter if the defender is drifting. You get the call anyway. You're not allowed to hit somebody like you're hitting a tackling sled at football practice. Steve Christensen wants an explanation. It felt like a tough break on Aurora, and it puts Cordelli on the line for the 1-and-1. Raiders 79% at the free throw line, 6th in the nation as a team. Cordelli at 78%, missed the free throw. Maybe a bit of justice there. Aurora retains the lead. Here's Davis for 3. Got it. 6 for Isaiah. 6-point lead, and the Raiders throw it away on the inbound. Topirak looking for Carter, and he just tossed it out of bounds. 4-point lead for Aurora, 32-28. .6:04 left in the half. It's into Davis in the corner. Was in trouble and stepped out of bounds. He was off balance. The referee was on top of that. Steve Christensen not pleased with the pass. Raiders trying to get the ball out of the backcourt. Double team. They do find Cummings. Handoff to Witt underneath Cordelli. He was deep under the basket. Missed in there, and then Glazebrookes just ran down the rebound. He starts it the other way. Marius, the spin move. He missed at the rim. It's out of bounds off of Marius. And the Aurora coaching staff and several on the bench on their feet wondering where the call was there. Well, whatever Steve Christensen's take on it was, the referee on the near side looking somewhat amused by the conversation. The inbound trap does not work. Ethan Johnson gets an easy deuce. It's a 2-point game. 5:27 left. Davis for 3, and the response. Got it! And Aurora's going to get the ball back on the foul underneath. Boxing out. The friendly roll for Davis. 9th team foul on the Raiders, and it's on Johnson. So Consorte will shoot the 1-and-1. And Consorte will have a chance to make this potentially a 5-point play across 2 different players. It also puts Aurora in the double bonus for the rest of the game after these free throws. Well, free throw, and then we'll see if we tack on the S to make that plural. Carter replaced by Dopirak at this change. There's 5:20 left, and Consorte sees the free throw rim out. He had been 5 of 6 coming in. Marius tipped the ball off Johnson, and Aurora gets it back. Johnson does not appear to agree. Marius knew it right away and gestured to the officiating crew. Now Johnson heads off as Valente's back in. Let's reset the lineups. For Aurora, Marius, Javier, Glazebrook, Davis, and Hilmer. For MSOE, Witt, Dopirak, Valente, Cummings, and Cordelli. Marius has the ball. Glazebrook's up top. Handoff to Davis. Glazebrook's again. And now Marius with the ball in the wing. 5 to shoot. Takes it to the lane. Has to settle for the fall away, and he got it. 6 for Maxwell. A steal at the timeline. Davis underneath. Javier with the dunk. And a 9-point lead for Aurora. 39-30. A quick 7-0 run in less than a minute. Now Cummings doubled at the lane. And Hilmer is going to be called for a foul underneath. Raiders will go to the line for the 1-and-1. It's Hilmer's first. Butler will check in here with 4:32 to play in the half. And Hilmer goes off. Carter returns to the game as well for the Raiders, sending the freshman Witt to the bench. And it's Valente at the line, who is the rare MSOE Raider with the free throw percentage under 70. He's at 63%. Makes the first. 39-31 with 4:32 left in the session. Second toss, also good. Aurora quickly ahead. Here's Marius. That was a high dribble. They play on. Davis gets it in front of the volleyball line, and now it gives it to Marius in front of the Raiders bench. Man defense for MSOE. Butler's on the far wing. Takes it to the short corner. Picks up his dribble and swings it out. Javier with 6. Butler now on the wing. He goes baseline, gets to the rim, missed. Javier crashes the boards. Went through his legs and comes away into the arms of Dopirak. He finds Cummings for an open 3, and it's good. 40% from 3 for MSOE coming in, second best in the NAC. And now 3 of 6, they make it a 4-point game. And an offensive foul on Javier. And that is his second, team's 9th, and that puts both teams in the double bonus for the final 3:41 of the first half. 39-35 Spartans. Javier goes out. Consorte back into the game for AU. Carter had the ball dispossessed by Marius, but then Carter's hesitation after losing the ball allowed him to get his legs tangled with Marius, and it puts Carter on the line. 88%. He was the NAC free throw champion a year ago and in the top 10 in the nation at 91%, which is to say, when he's at the line, it's probably going in. And he makes the first one to make it a one-possession game. It gives MSOE the rare ability to close out games near automatically if it gets in the free throws. It's a 2-point game after Carter gets both for his first points of the night. Mid-range jumper, Glazebrook's no good. Carter the rebound. Dopirak has it. He kicks it. Witt for three. Line drive, up and good. He had just come in for Cordelli, and he gives the Raiders the lead back. Sixth lead change today. 3:05 remaining in the first half, 40-39. Davis, the pass fake. Around the arc it goes to Marius, who's on the baseline. It's not there. He'll put up the three. Back iron and no good. Dupirac has the rebound. A give and go with Cummings into a deep three. That was very strong. Consorte pulls in the rebound. Marius ahead for AU. A lane to the rim. The scoop finish goes. 8 for Marius. AU back in front, 41-40. And here's Witt down the floor after breaking the press. Consorte did not take the charge. An and one here for MSOE. Did they give the foul to Davis? Okay. Well, Davis reached in. Now they're going to discuss now. Well, the basket counts. It's 42-41. Fouls on Davis. That's his second. Well, let's take another look here before the free throw. I'll be honest, I'm not really sure why Consorte didn't get the charge there. That is about as good as it gets. He didn't get that call, and it ends up being a three-point play to make it 43-41 as the free throw goes. Timeout, Aurora. This will be a 30-second discussion. And that'll give us an opportunity to head up to Milwaukee and see what's happening in women's basketball right now. It's 24-22 Aurora in front with 90 seconds to play in the first half. Kylie Fishback has 9 points to lead Aurora. And Mahima Chakshi has 14 to lead all players. Make that 13 to lead all players for MSOE. Now 2:21 left in the first half, 43-41 MSOE. When they played back on November 16th, they went to the intermission tied up at 40. They've exceeded that one so far. Raiders had all 5 starters slated to return from a year ago. Mattis Dupirac was one of those, but hasn't appeared in a game for MSOE this season. With Mason Dupirac, oh goodness, Marius and one to tie it back up. And as I was saying, with Dupirac and Carter coming back, that's enough for the Raiders. And were voted to finish 4th in the NAC and have perhaps exceeded expectations a bit, but here we are. An Aurora team that was voted to finish in 6th in the NAC. They've been ahead of that pace here, and boy, have we had a good one so far today. Marius misses the and one. We're tied at 43. Aurora now 6 of 13 at the line. That'll need to be improved in the second half against an excellent free throw shooting team in MSOE. Witt bounces it away. That is Valente. Finds Cummings. Turnaround three. Too strong. Carter not boxed out. An easy 2 for him. 45-43. Aurora looking for the response. Foster Ogbonna back into the game, or rather into the game for the first time for Aurora. He has it on the wing. He's at the elbow now to Hilmer up top. And now Glazebrook. He's at the elbow. 8 to shoot. Hilmer spins and kicks. Glazebrook for 3, pours it in. Aurora retakes the lead. 46-45, we got a $1.05 left in the first half. Both teams north of 55% from the floor. Dopirak's in the lane, he kicks it. Cummings wide open for 3. He has 8. It's 48-46, we have 45 seconds left before halftime. Glazebrook again. Consorte on the wing. He'll get to the block and then threw it into the backcourt. Not quite. Glazebrook brought it back. Now 8 to shoot for Marius. At the free throw line, the jumper back iron. Hilmer taps the rebound out and is fouled. He'll go to the line for 2 with 20.7 seconds left as Cummings gives his 3rd foul. So a couple chances for Aurora to tie it up, and then they'll have to get a stop to keep it tied going to halftime. First free throw for Hilmer is short. Shot at 77% at the line as a freshman, but has not really found the rhythm at the line this season. So it seems likely MSOE will take the lead going into the halftime break. And maybe by 2 possessions. Hilmer misses both here. Aurora now 6 of 15 at the line here in the first half. 8 seconds left. Witt on the perimeter. He does get rid of it to Dopirak. He's blocked by Ogbonna. It's out of bounds with 1.5 seconds left. And the Raiders will get one more try at it. So the question is, do you try to get the quick 3 or do you throw the alley-oop? Just inside the corner 3-point line. Carter takes a look. Finds Dopirak. Long turnaround, Jay. No good. It's a 2-point game going to halftime. 48-46. Aurora and MSOE in a tight one here at Thornton Gymnasium. Totals coming up. But a halftime presentation is on the way first as the Aurora cheer and dance squad will perform in a matter of moments. 48-46, Raiders in front. This is Aurora University men's basketball.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please welcome the 2024-2025 Aurora University dance team.
AU Athletics, we're guided by 3 goals for every Spartan. First is academic achievement, second is social responsibility, and third is athletic success. We know if the Spartans accomplish those goals, they'll be set up for success after graduation and have a great experience while they're at AU.
Athletic participation to me is very important. It builds skills that will help you in the future for a career path. Team building, collaboration, communication skills. You get that all from athletics, so it's really preparing me for the future.
When I came to school with a built-in family, that's invaluable to me, just having those girls with me all the time and get to spend every day together.
We always go to like the men's volleyball, women's volleyball, lacrosse, basketball, anything that's really going on campus.
The faculty is just so caring. They always do the absolute best to make sure you succeed in the classroom.
Having the student-teacher ratio that we have is amazing. You get to walk in and they know your name. You can ask them questions personally.
The pedigree is to win conference championships in every sport and compete at the national level for a national championship. And I chose a school that I know I was going to be playing for a national championship year in, year out.
I really enjoy the facilities. It's really nice that we have cages that we can go to when it's cold or rainy.
What separates AU from every other institution is its student-centric philosophy. I've seen this university operate in a variety of vantage points over the last 20 years, as a student athlete, as a professor, as a coach, and now as an administrator. And in each one of those roles, AU's unwavering commitment to put the student at the center of everything is abundantly clear.
It's definitely so cool to see all of the different backgrounds people come from. It's just an experience I've never gotten before, so getting to meet people from across the country and even across the world.
We like to go to the city on the weekends, and we like to go watch sports games downtown.
You're close to a big city. You get a degree here at Aurora University, you have many internship possibilities that you can actually go to. Anything that you're going to go into is right here in the Chicago area.
I enjoy coaching because of the connection with the student athlete. From the time you start recruiting them, whether it's texting them or calling them, to the time that they graduate here, you're with them day in and day out. They know we're here for them.
We volunteer at the food pantry down the street. We do it every year. It's a great opportunity for us to come together and give back to our community. And I know that other teams do it too.
In Division III, our student athletes are able to really focus on all aspects of the academic experience. I don't have anyone on my team who's just involved with running. They're all in some form of clubs or academic organizations, have jobs outside. The fact they're able to do so many things during their undergrad and graduate studies in addition to athletics is just such a benefit.
AU Athletics dedicates themselves to building our student athletes through leadership experiences in the classroom, on their field of play, and beyond. It's your future, our promise.
Hello, my name is Keith Wise, and I'm excited to serve our athletic department as the Athletics Diversity Inclusion Designee. I've also worked at Aurora University for 5 years as the director of the Office of Black Student Initiatives. In my role as director, I help the campus engage in building community, experiencing culture, exploring resources that will support students' journey to graduate and become invested alumni. In my new role, I hope to help celebrate the unique identities of each of our student athletes and how that helps to form competitive teams, telling the story of how we are creating inclusive environments for student athletes and how value and belonging creates a strong team culture. The variety in my experiences and identity as an advocate of diversity, inclusion, equity, and belonging have helped me understand that leveling the playing field for everyone is essential in creating inclusive communities.
It is halftime, or it's only going to be halftime for a few more minutes. It's MSOE leading Aurora 48-46 in NAC men's basketball. I'm Sean Fry. We're glad you're with us on this Saturday. Our broadcast is presented in part by Kaufman GMC in Aurora, celebrating 75 years of service to Aurora and communities across Chicagoland. By Elite Management Properties, offering extensive student housing options around the Aurora University campus. And by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. Game days are better with Cane's. Entertaining first half and also foul-filled. It was physical and saw a bunch of free throws, which, as you can see, Aurora is going to need to improve in the second half. Just 6 of 15 at the line. MSOE, one of the best in the nation at 5 of 6. Everything else not bad. Aurora shot it 55% from the field, 54% for MSOE. Both teams 50% from deep, with the Raiders hitting 5 and Aurora hitting 6. And the free throws right now, a significant issue. Aurora had one more make, but 2.5 times more opportunities. Rebounds are +6 for MSOE, but on the offensive glass, it's 5-4 for the Raiders. And assists, 14 for the Raiders, 10 for Aurora. Turnovers, 6 for the Raiders and 5 for the Spartans. Dwayne Jervier 10 points on 4 of 4 from the field, plus 4 rebounds in that first half. Maxwell Marius had 10 points as well. He was 5 of 8 from the floor, and Isaiah Davis went for 9 points. And all on 3-pointers, 3 rebounds, and a couple of assists in that first half. The rest of the scoring for Aurora, Javon McCottry, 7 points, 3 assists. 3 points apiece for Noah Butler and James Glazebrooks. And Jeffrey Hilmer and Makai Doby had 2 points apiece. For MSOE, Mason DePirac, the NAC's leading scorer, has 11 points plus 4 assists. 8 points apiece for CJ Valente and Chase Cummings. 7 for Carson Cordelli. 6 for Isaac Witt. And then 4 apiece for Donovan Carter and Ethan Johnson in that first half. Around the NAC, briefly. Not going well for Benedictine in Milwaukee. Wisconsin Lutheran, 8th-ranked team in the latest D3Hoops.com poll. Leads 47-30. 3.5 minutes into the contest. Ryan Breckel has 17 points, 9 boards for Wisconsin Lutheran, while Ryan Tucker has 11 to pace Benedictine. St. Norbert, second in the NAC, leads Edgewood with 13 minutes left, 40-21. How about this for Edgewood? 7 of 40 from the floor, 18%, including 1 of 20 from 3. And meanwhile, Cole Uhlenbrock has 11 points, and Jamison Nikolai 8 points and 10 rebounds for the Raiders so far. Dominican leads Lakeland 49-43 with 15 minutes remaining in that one. Cliff McRae leads the Muskies with 10 points. Dominic Krapia has 14 points to lead the Stars. And then Marion leads Illinois Tech 40-30, 3.5 minutes into the second half. Sabres are led by Malik Hall, who has 11 points. It's Dario Biaggi leading the Scarlet Hawks with 10. Final game underway is not going well for Rockford. They're at Concordia, Wisconsin, and getting hammered at halftime. 64-45. There's 20 minutes left. The Falcons have 64 on the board. 19 of 28. They only made 3 3-pointers in the first half and still put up 64 points. But how about this? CUW 23 of 27 at the free throw line. Rockford gave 17 fouls in the first half. Logan Landers is 21. 11 of 14 at the line. Casey Verhagen 20 on 10 of 10 at the stripe. I have seldom seen a line quite like that. That's what's going on over in Mequon, Wisconsin. Aurora starts with the ball here. That's one of the most entertaining box scores I've ever seen. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. Aurora misses their first opportunity here in the second half. By the way, if you're wondering if that's the first time I'm seeing that, yes, it was. If you couldn't tell by the expression on my face, or I guess in my voice. You can't see my face. It's not in play here. Here is Valente underneath. Cordelli now inside Carter, up and in. 50-46. As the Raiders score on their first possession. Aurora has Davis, McCottry, Hilmer, Doby, and Jervier on the floor. Raiders counter with their starters, DePirac, Carter, Cummings, Valente, and Cordelli. Miss from Aurora from outside. Raiders move it the other way. Carter in the corner. He's going to try to get going here in the second half. Good post move. Cordelli for 2. MSOE's largest lead is 52-46. McCottry brings the ball down the floor. Man defense for the Raiders. McCottry, the wing to the block line drive, no good. Rebound batted a few times. It comes away to the Raiders in transition. Valente for 2. Timeout, Aurora. Not the start that Aurora was looking for, as they give up the first 6 of the half, and it's an 8-point Raiders advantage. Haven't really seen a ton of runs for MSOE. But they get one here and they stretch out an advantage. The good news for Aurora, if there is any, is that there's 18:24 left. There's a lot of basketball left to be played here at Thornton Gymnasium. I cannot get over that CUW Rockford score. Rockford took a foul in the first possession of the second half as well. Is anyone in foul trouble for Rockford? I have to know. Well, just about the whole team, I guess, when you have that many fouls. All right, we're back into play here at AU. Here's McCautry with the ball in the wing. Trying to get inside, it's not there. He'll take it to the rim, no. Tip back from Hilmer, not there either, and the rebound for Cordelli. We're having a hard time getting into the interior right now against the Raiders, who have tightened things up there. Baseline take. That would have been a very tough reverse. The rebound comes to Cummings, to Carter for three. That doesn't fall. Aurora very fortunate. McCautry is laboring to get up a little bit here, and they blow the whistle to check on him, but looks like he's okay. They'll just bring the inbound back, and they'll have to mop up. An important moment in the game for Aurora right now. As needless to say, the first half has not gotten off to a great start. They've missed their first 5 shots. And going back to the first half, they didn't score for the last minute and change there, so it's nearly a 4-minute stretch, 3:39 if we're being exact, without a point for Aurora. They've missed 6 of their last 7 shots. So the moment to get back into the game is upon them. McCautry to the free throw line. Now Hilmer on the wing. McCautry again, top of the arc. Dribbles to the wing, takes a look. Hilmer rolls away. McCautry bounces a pass to Doby on the far side. 8 to shoot. Doby looking for room. Drives and gets the backhand finish. It's the second, or make that actually the first bucket for Doby. He has 4 points. The press does not work. It leads to a Dopirak 3, and he left it short. And Aurora very fortunate there. Dopirak, a 43% three-point shooter. McCautry the other way and draws the foul. That's on Dopirak, which is his first. Foul trouble. Aurora has 4 of its 5 starters, all of them except Hilmer with 2 fouls. Milwaukee School of Engineering has Cummings and then Gendusa on the bench with 3 apiece. No one else with more than 1. Worth keeping an eye on here. McCautry to the line, now 4 of 6 after he makes the first. 6 of 15 in the first half for Aurora as a team. They're going to beat a team like MSOE. They're going to have to be near flawless at the line here over the final 16:49. But Aurora shaking off what had been a 9-0 run in total, and now they've peeled off 4 straight. They're down 4, 54-50. McCautry now with 9. The inbound got into Dopirak narrowly. The Raiders rumble it down the floor. Valente just had to throw it up over his head, but got it to go. 56-50. McCautry dribbles into the lane, got in tight, and won. And McCautry matches the game high with 11 points. Dopirak picks up his second foul. He has both Raiders fouls in this second half, and we'll see McCautry to the line again. And one free throw, too strong. Would have made it a one-possession game. Instead, still a couple. 4-point Raiders advantage as they bring it ahead. Cummings finds Carter. He sends it down underneath. A lot of contact there. No call. Cordelli missed. Rebound. McCottry. Oh, goodness. The one-handed slam. Raiders the other way quickly, and Cordelli's fouled, but let's relive this one. You have got to be kidding me. McCottry elevates. Slams it down. And MSOE, to their credit, they took the ball right out of the nylon and sent it back up the floor, and Cordelli got to the line. Cordelli with 9 points. Makes the first free throw. The Raiders are 6 of 7 at the line as a team. Restores the lead to a full one possession. Foul was on Hilmer. He joins the rest of the starting lineup with 2 fouls. Second free throw doesn't go. We're 4 minutes into the second half. McCottry is on the perimeter. Javier hands it off to Davis. He wants 3. He thought it was good. I thought it was good. It did not go, and the rebound is out of bounds. So here is Butler and Marius. Hilmer and Doby will come off. DePirak's doubled on the inbound. He just got rid of it to Cummings. 2-on-1 at the other end. There's Valente, and he missed. Cummings overran the rebound. Marius is fouled. That's on Valente. Did not appear to be a whole lot of disagreement from Kevin Hurd on the sideline. That's 3 fouls on the Raiders already. 3, McCottry left it short. Rebound for Valente. Long pass, and Javier picked it off. He gets it to McCottry. He skips inside. Jovan. 15 for McCottry. He makes it a 1-point game. Aurora doubles the ball again. McCottry, the steal, the behind-the-back pass to Davis in the corner. And now Marius will reset it. McCottry's been everywhere here the last couple of minutes. He finds Butler outside to McCottry again. To the block. To his right. Tries the fall away. Got it. Everything going in for McCottry right now. He gives Aurora the lead back. It's 58-57. We have 14:40 left. 8-1 run for Aurora. DePirak, high post, wants the J and 1. Butler fouled him on the closeout. Raiders retake the lead. That's the 12th lead change tonight. Not a lot of separation between these two teams. This is 3rd and 5th place right now. McCottry heads to the bench. Doby replaces him. Looks like Cummings and Cordelli have gone off as Johnson. And is it Witt? Yes, Witt has gone in for the Raiders as well. And DePirak makes the and 1 free throw. Timeout, MSOE. Full timeout at 60-58, MSOE in front. Aurora University men's basketball. got a 60-58 game. MSOE leading Aurora 5.5 minutes into the second half. Bryce Suiters, our technical director. I'm Sean Fry. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday. First meeting between these two teams, 26 lead changes, 18 ties. We're at 12-7 so far. So Aurora brings the ball up. It's Dobie exploding to the rim, drawing the foul. That's Witt, who has picked up his second foul. And the team's fourth. So Aurora has not done a great job of making free throws, but that's not stopping them from attacking the basket. They have made 2 of 3 since halftime, and Dobie has made all 3 of his for the game. He can tie it up the next attempt. And he will do just that. Aurora trying to do something they have not done all season, and that is win a game when trailing at halftime. They're 0-7. Foul on the sideline. I think that is on Butler, and it is his third. Raiders, as you can imagine, at the 13-7 mark, have spent a lot of time playing from in front. They've won 10 of 12 so far when leading at the break. Tie game right now. They led by as many as 9. Or make that 8, more accurately. Dobie with a steal on the post-entry pass. He sends it ahead to Butler. He goes to the rim, and he slams it down with one hand. That brings the crowd alive, and the bench loves it. Aurora in front with an exclamation point, then Butler a steal. Will he do it again? He'll lay it in this time. An electric sequence for Noah Butler on senior day. Aurora by 4 and a steal for Davis. It's Jervier and Butler. And this time, I think he got caught between decisions and missed at the rim. Another steal, Aurora. Gendusa had it taken away. Butler for the corner 3. Got it! And a steal? No, it's out on MSOE on the ensuing inbound. How about this dunk? The steal. Well, Isaac Witt, to his credit, he tried to block it, but it did not end well. Butler threw it down. Aurora, a 9-0 run in 1 minute and 21 seconds. They nearly forced another turnover. Aurora on a 17-4 run over the last 3.5 minutes. We got 13:08 left in this game. This one has had it all. Dopirak's doubled. He lost the ball. It's out on Aurora. Well, right now, the Raiders are reeling. This is a basketball team that looks rattled right now. Shot clock is at 21. That's how many times MSOE has tried and failed to get the ball up court. Witt's doubled. Davis just ran in, took the ball. He's called for the foul instead, and I have to say, Davis was not happy about it, and I think the discretion shown by the referee there to just go over and explain rather than immediately going to a technical, I think that was well done by the officiating team. Dopirak fumbled the inbound pass into the Aurora bench. Aurora forces a 13th MSOE turnover, and they have really piled up here over the last couple of minutes. Aurora with the ball back and a chance to make it a full 3-possession game, or even potentially 4. Doby's into the lane. He spins. He gets to the rim and finishes. Marius is all over Dopirak. This time the Raiders will get the ball up. Gendusa took down Butler, no call. He finds Cummings for 3, and he settles it down. I think Butler wants to know what he has to do to get a call there. 69-63, the Raiders get a sorely needed answer, and then Doby dribbles into traffic, and a jump ball is called here. Well, I don't have any disagreement with the jump ball there, but you do wonder where that was a few moments ago. It has been a bit inconsistent, in my humble opinion. But now here's an offensive foul called. Moving screen on Johnson. Well, let's reset it here. That's the 5th MSOE foul. Aurora has 4. There's 12:21 left in the half. It's 69-63. Doby brings it ahead. Give and go with Jervier. Doby gets it back. Driving, kicking. McCautry. He'll attack the rim and finds Butler. 2-point shot here. It rims out. Rebound for Cummings. Cummings on the wing, finds Carter. He wants a 3 in rhythm and pours it in. Well, Carter came in shooting 44% from 3. He had missed his first 3. That was not likely to continue. And the Raiders, there was a 90-second sequence there, I thought, where things were looking dire. They have settled back in. And Jervier missed the 3 from the wing. Raiders get the rebound as they try to get closer. Carter again is fouled. I think McCautry called for the reach. His 3rd, team's 5th. Let's reset the lineups. So for Aurora, McCautry, Butler, Hilmer, Doby, and Glazbrooks after the substitutions, and now Butler's going to go off for Davis. For MSOE, Dopirak, Valente, Cummings, Cordelli, and Carter. It's the MSOE starting 5 with 11:15 left. 69-66 Aurora. 13 lead changes, 8 ties. Dopirak, 10-footer, rims out. Dopirak with 14 tonight. He stays on that number for now. McCautry has 17. And a jump ball. He spun away at the block, and MSOE ties it up. Hilmer takes the inbound in the high post, hands it off to McCautry at the line. He threw it up, got it, off the window. Aurora back up by 5. There's Valente at the top of the arc for MSOE to Dopirak. Gets to the line and kicks it. Cordelli's on the wing. He finds Carter in the short corner. Trying to back down Glazbrooks and missed the jumper from the high post. Good defense by Glazbrooks. Approaching midway through the second. Long deuce. McCautry, no good. Davis is fouled. Valente, the hip check, draws the foul. His 3rd. And that is MSOE's last foul to give. Aurora is going to be in the bonus for the final 10-17. They made 4 of their 5 free throws since halftime after a difficult start. Aurora with 1 foul to give in this one as well. Doby, top of the key, finds Davis. 3 in rhythm, no. And Carter will track down the board. Final quarter of this one. Dupirac trying to get inside. He finds Cummings, who follows and left the runner short. Davis the rebound. It's 1-on-3 the other way, and he'll pull the ball out. Both teams north of 50% from the floor. Both teams at 7 or more threes. Here's another. That's Davis from outside. Aurora's back up 8. Davis has 12. But the press break results in 2 for Carter at the other end. Back to a 6-point game. And Carter has 11. 9 players across the teams have reached the 10-point mark. Aurora on pace for just under 100 right now. Davis on the wing. 8 to shoot. Finds Doby in the corner. He'll take it inside. Lost it. Got it back. Missed the turnaround. Hilmer tracks down the board. He's doubled. Looking for help. He's in trouble. Gets it to Doby. He tried the runner. It didn't fall. And the rebound for Carter. Raiders back the other way. Cummings to Carter. Rips a pass inside for Dupirac, who missed. A lot of contact there from Glazebrook. It's not called. Aurora has the rebound. McCautry has it on the wing now. It's about as animated as we've seen Kevin Hurd be tonight. Davis for 3, short. Dupirac on the rebound. 3-on-3 the other way. Out to Carter, who goes baseline, and he gets fouled. That is on Glazebrook, which will be his first. And MSOE will shoot 2 here, but they'll be in the bonus for the rest of the ball game. 8:06 left, 74-68. And Carter talked about his free throw ability. He's now made all 3. Javon McCautry leads all scorers with 19. Isaiah Davis has 12 and 10 points apiece for Dwayne Javier Jr., Maxwell Marius, and Noah Butler. 14 for Mason Dupirac leads all Raiders. Donovan Carter now with 12. CJ Valente has 12 to match his career high. Chase Cummings has 11, and Carson Cordelli with 10. Raiders have gotten only 10 points off the bench. Carter gets both. It's a 4-point game. Time running out here at Thornton. Baseline jumper. Davis doesn't fall. Raiders have the rebound. Here comes Dupirac. Gets a screen right into a long jumper. That is good. It's a 2-point game. Dupirac had 15 against St. Norbert last time out for the Raiders on just 5 of 14 from the field. He's 6 of 16 tonight. Not nearly as efficient as he typically is. Aurora now looking for a response. They haven't scored in 2 minutes. McCautry's in the high post. Turnaround jumper doesn't fall. Rebound, Javier fouled on the way back up. That's on Dupirac. That's his 3rd. He joins Cummings and Valente with 3 fouls among the MSOE starters. Davis and McCautry have 3 for Aurora. And then Butler on the floor right now has 3 as well. Javier split a couple free throws earlier. He'll make the first one here to make it a full 1-possession game. Cordelli heads off for Johnson at this whistle with 7:12 left. Stops a 2-minute, 26-second stretch without points for Aurora. Second free throw, it's good. Much, much better for Aurora since halftime. Dupirac is doubled. Still in trouble, and Javier tied it up. Raiders have the possession arrow. It'll put the ball on the baseline, but MSOE won't be able to run the floor, which means that Aurora can use their defense to direct MSOE to exactly where they want them to go. So it's a considerable advantage. Witt does get it in to Carter, and he put a good pass on a running Mason Dupirak underneath Johnson for 2. Well, that looked like a route in football, and the pass was on the money. That's a 2-point game yet again. As Marius has it to Butler on the perimeter, and a handoff to Davis around the arc, and it's cut off by Marius. He attacks, he's inside, he kicks. Now it's McCautry on the baseline for 2, falling away, and it doesn't go. Now McCautry is cooled off a bit, and the Raiders have a chance to tie it up. 6.5 left. A 2-point game. Carter. Leaner, no good. So 2 shots coming up after the foul. That's on Davis, his 4th. Which takes Aurora's 3-point threat off the floor in all probability momentarily. Or does Aurora roll the dice and leave him in the game? We'll see. Carter makes the first free throw. Doby will re-enter, so will Hilmer, and indeed Davis goes off. McCautry goes with him. Carter can tie it up. Should be the 9th tie of the game, if he can do so. Again, Carter does not miss many. Went over the 1,200 career point mark earlier today, and now has 16. Make that 15 now after he makes both. Full timeout Aurora. Our broadcast is presented by Kaufman GMC in Aurora, by Elite Management Properties, and by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. 76 all with 6:22 left. This is Aurora University men's basketball. We'll take a look up in Milwaukee, where MSOE leads Aurora in women's basketball 49-45 with 2:24 left. Kylie Fishback has 13 points for Aurora. Mahima Chakshi has 23 for MSOE as they get into the closing minutes. 76 all here. The game has been within 3 possessions for all. Not quite 34 minutes so far. MSOE's largest lead was 8. Aurora's was 9. Aurora's was the most recent of the 2, but the Raiders have gone on a 9-2 run over the last 3.5 minutes. Here's Doby in the lane. Draws the foul. It was the hesitation that drew the foul, and Carter gives his second. Now, both teams are in the bonus. That's the 8th team foul on MSOE. This will be 2 shots for Doby coming up. And free throws will be very important down the stretch. First free throw gets the friendly roll. Aurora's going to need to do more than just make free throws. They've missed 8 of their last 9 shots and are at just 38% from the floor since halftime. The Raiders are at 53% since halftime and for the game. Just 1 of 2 here for Doby. The lead is 1. Dupirak with the ball for the Raiders in the half court. Funneled the ball underneath. Hilmer got tangled up with Johnson, and the post-entry pass just rolled out of bounds. 15th MSOE turnover. Aurora looking for the season sweep of MSOE. Would be hugely important for tie-breaking purposes. Get Aurora an 8th win in conference play. Butler into the lane, he kicks it outside. Jervier starts his way to the hole and was blocked. It's thrown back into play, and Carter runs it down. He gets to the lane. He went 1-on-3 and drew the foul. Butler picks up his 4th. Carter, 5th-year senior. What more can you say? It was a great play. Took the initiative and now can give MSOE the lead. A rare miss at the line for Carter. Might be the last one we see from Carter today at the line. When you're at 88% from the floor, you don't often miss more than one. And he doesn't here. 77 apiece. 5:28 left. Aurora's lineup: Marius, Jervier, Butler, Hilmer, and Doby. With McCautry and Davis about to return. Doby is on the wing. He is in the high post and has to walk it out. He faces up on Carter and attacks. Out to Hilmer up top. 10 to shoot. Jervier picks it up. He finds Butler on the wing. Going baseline, getting to the rim, and an offensive foul is called. It's on Butler, and he has fouled out. 10 points for Butler. He'll watch the rest of this one. Marius will be the other who goes off here at this whistle, and now the Raiders have their starting 5 minus Valente on the floor. It's Witt on the floor instead. 5 minutes left and a tie ball game, and the Raiders will try to move in front. To the block, Cordelli. To his right, working on Hilmer. Good defense, and it goes anyway. 79-77, MSOE retakes the lead. The 14th lead change here this afternoon. Davis gets the ball, finds Hilmer, the high post, and it's out to McCautry, who calls for a screen. He gets it, dribbles to the right of it, finds Jervier, and now Davis on the wing. Pulls up at the elbow and missed. Rebound for Carter. Raiders to make it a 2-possession lead this time down the floor. They can get a basket. Dopirak, high off the window, no good. Got his own rebound, put it back. Timeout, Aurora. (81-77) MSOE, 4:01 left. This is Aurora University men's basketball. Now 4 minutes left. With 29 seconds left up in Milwaukee, MSOE leads Aurora 51-49. Just missed the first free throw of 2 to potentially make it a 2-possession game. The second free throw does not go either, and Aurora has the ball back with the shot clock off, trying to tie the game or go in front in the final seconds. And Christina Manzanares was just called for an offensive foul with 18 seconds left, which will give the ball back to MSOE with a chance to potentially put that one away. Aurora with the ball here in men's hoops. They trail 81-77. McCautry fouled on the drive. That is on Cummings. Just picked up his 4th foul. I think McCautry a bit fortunate there. Aurora hasn't scored more than 2 minutes. The Raiders have scored the last 5 to go in front, make it a 2-possession game. McCautry at 19 points. Misses the first free throw, and Aurora had gotten off to a great start after halftime at the line and now have cooled off again. Have to get one here. The missed free throws for Aurora right now are the difference in the game, and this is an empty trip. Aurora is now 13 of 26. 13 misses. They're down 4. Raiders will try to extend it. Here's Dopirak. High post, in trouble, has to send it out. 9 to shoot. Cordelli finds Valente. Long 2. Aurora will allow that shot every time, and it rims out. Spartans the other way. McCautry is on the wing. Davis takes the handoff and finds Jervier on the wing. Now Marius into the lane, spins to his right, and draws the foul. Both teams are in the double bonus. Valente picks up his 4th foul. There'll be 2 shots for everything the rest of the way. Aurora now hasn't scored for nearly 3 minutes, but have only given up 5 points in that time. Marius will try to start the road back and makes the first. Marius has 11. Joining Butler, Jervier, McCautry, and Davis in double digits. Second free throw to make it a 2-point game doesn't fall. Stays 81-78. We have 3 minutes remaining. Cummings with the ball on the perimeter. To Dopirak. Calls for a screen. Bounces it away to Witt on the wing. 10 on the shot clock. Carter picks up the ball. To Dopirak, guarded by McCautry with 4 to shoot. Dopirak, contested deuce. You've got to be kidding. Dopirak with 20. High degree of difficulty. It's a scrum for the ball. Jump ball is called. Not a lot of protest from MSOE on an over and back there. Aurora will have the ball back with 2:25 left. 83-78 Raiders. Aurora has gone ice cold from the floor here. A 17-4 run for MSOE over the last 7+ minutes. Aurora's missed 10 of its last 11 shot attempts. But still 2 and change left. Doby with the jump pass and turned it over. The Raiders could make it a 3-possession game late. A huge defensive possession for Aurora. Just needing a stop and one final flurry. 9 on the shot clock. Dopirak is fouled by Doby. It's his third, and it will put Dopirak on the line. And again, a very good free throw shooter. Aurora will take timeout. A minute 48 left. Aurora, some work to do. Raiders closing in on a series split. It's Aurora University men's basketball. Mason Dopirak going to the line for MSOE with a minute 48 left. 83-78, the Raiders lead. Aurora's going to need a little luck here for Dopirak to miss one. Doesn't miss this. Aurora has peeled off a handful of very quick runs. So it's certainly not over, but being down 85-78, 3 possessions in the final 2 minutes, not where they'd like to be. Doby's pass is tipped out of bounds. Aurora doesn't need a 3. They can ill afford another empty trip. Doby attacks, gets to the rim, drops it in. Doby has 11. Inbound is for Dopirak. McCautry was hit, I think, in the face. Davis is called for a foul, and he is done. Steve Christensen now is asking, why is it Davis, and then more importantly, why was Dopirak not called for an offensive foul? McCautry's up. Davis is done with 12 points, 6 rebounds. And MSOE will send Dopirak back to the line. I think Aurora did what it needed to do there. Dopirak's first toss rims out. Well, that will ensure Aurora will be inside of 2 possessions when they get the ball back. Second one goes. Dopirak has 23. 86-80. Minute 20 left. McCautry is on the perimeter and is fouled. That is Carter's 4th. Now the margin for error for Aurora is thin. These are free throws that have to go in, and first one does. 86-81. McCautry with 20 points. One off his season high as he gets ready to take a second free throw. And he makes it. Let's reset the lineups. Hilmer replaced Davis. He's on the floor with Marius, Doby, McCottry and Gervier. Witt on the floor for the Raiders with Gendusa, Carter, Dopirak, and Cummings. Ball is into Dopirak. Now Cummings, fouled by McCottry, who has 4 fouls. And 2 shots for the Raiders coming up. Now, Cummings is under 70% at the line this year, but only narrowly, and he has not taken a free throw today. MSOE 15 of 19 as a team tonight. First one goes. Aurora has had Isaiah Davis and Noah Butler already foul out. McCottry now has 4 fouls. Teams have combined for 45 fouls in this one. Second free throw. Good. 45 fouls between the teams. In case you're curious, Rockford's at 31 as a team by themselves, but Concordia, Wisconsin. 88-82 after both free throws go. Marius twirls into the lane. Tough basket for Marius. Timeout Aurora. 58.6 seconds remaining. We'll take a quick look around the NAC. I mentioned that Rockford, a lot of fouls. CUW had 44 free throws today. They made 38. And they routed Rockford 103-87 today. Logan Landers had 35 points, 12 rebounds for CUW. Casey Verhagen had 29. Now CUW, for the moment, at 10-5, would move ahead of MSOE by percentage points. That may change here in a moment. Rockford falls to 6-8. They're now tied for 8th with Concordia Chicago, who did not play today. Some other contests around the NAC. Was not going well for Edgewood earlier and had a much better second half than the first. Edgewood shot 13% from the floor in the first half, 4 of 30, including 0 of 15. They end up losing to St. Norbert 66-51. Wisconsin Lutheran knocks off Benedictine 81-53. And it was Lakeland over Dominican 88-78. Marion, a 72-50 win against Illinois Tech. Inbound is thrown into Dopirak at center court. Nearly stolen as Cummings gets it. Now Gendusa. Cummings again near center court. Aurora trying to fly around to force a turnover. 88-84 is the score. 42 seconds left. 13 on the shot clock as Dopirak has it near center court. Aurora's going to have to foul in their next defensive possession. They don't have to here. Dopirak to Carter with 4 underneath. Witt got free, laid it in for 2, uncontested. And it looked like what happened was a little bit of a defensive miscommunication. Hilmer had to leave the player underneath, and that was Isaac Witt. There's 29 seconds on the clock. 90-84. Aurora has 1 timeout remaining. Ball is into Doby, who runs it ahead. Right to the rim. Good. 23.1 seconds left. It's into Dopirak. Aurora trying to force a turnover. Jump ball. Now MSOE inbounds, but now they can't run the floor. They do have the arrow. The work is not done for the Raiders, as now they have to do it all over again. 4-point game. Aurora let about 4 seconds go off the clock there. Do they have 4 seconds to give here? MSOE with 2 timeouts will certainly try to call one if need be, but they'll take one right now. So with today's results, as we mentioned, I actually misspoke. I said CUW had moved ahead of MSOE by percentage points. They have not. They're still a couple percentage points back, but they do have one more win at this point. MSOE remains in third here, pending the final 19 seconds of this one. Rockford now falls to 6-8. Marion moves to 7-7. And they jump Benedictine, who fell to 7-8 with the loss. Marion could go from a tie for 7th into 5th place, or rather a tie for 5th with Aurora if the Spartans can't come back. And of course, Marion, with the sweep earlier, would have a head-to-head tie break if it came to that. Lakeland's win has put them back into the tournament picture, but with 10 losses for Dominican and a dozen for Edgewood and Illinois Tech, that's pretty much it for those three. 8 and 10 got into the field last season. 12 losses, not likely. Home run pass on the inbound to Dopirak, who's right underneath. Leaves it to Carter, who was fouled on a layup attempt that MSOE really didn't need, but they will get the right player at the line. It is Carter. 7 of 8 at the line today. First free throw is good. Clock is not on Aurora's side right now. Second toss will go. It's in quickly. Now Aurora maybe needs threes, but McCautry lost his footing. Taken away by Carter. He's fouled with 7.7 seconds left, and that is going to be it. MSOE will move to 14-7 on the year, 10-4 in the NAC. They'll get the split with Aurora. Spartans fall to 7-7 in the NAC, 9-12 overall. Aurora back in action on Wednesday. First free throw goes here. It's a doubleheader. Women play Concordia Chicago at 5. The men follow. So that's coming up on Wednesday here at Thornton Gymnasium. MSOE hosts Wisconsin Lutheran on Wednesday night. Both free throws go. Final three-point attempt for Aurora does not. The final score today is 94-86. Aurora shoots 47% from the floor, 8 of 22 from 3, but just 16 of 30 at the line. That ended up being the difference. MSOE 21 of 25 at the stripe, 55% from the floor, and 7 of 14 from deep. Javon McCautry, season high 21 points for Aurora. 13 points for Makai Doby and Maxwell Marius, a dozen for Isaiah Davis, Dwayne Javier Jr., and 10 for Noah Butler today for Aurora. Mason Dopirak led all players with 23 points. Donovan Carter at 20 points, 9 boards. And then 13 for Chase Cummings, plus 9 rebounds, 12 points apiece for CJ Valente and Carson Cordelli. So Aurora will square off with Concordia Chicago, who had the day off today. In their next action, they'll try to move back above 500 in NAC play next time out. Thanks to the AU Athletic Communications and Facilities teams and our technical director, Bryce Suter. I'm Sean Fry. We'll see you on Wednesday for Aurora University men's basketball. Have a good rest of your weekend.